The meeting room floated in space above a dying star. The walls were made of crystal that had existed for millions of years. Inside, 7 alien species sat around a table made of pure light. These were the rulers of the galaxy. They had controlled the stars for so long that no one remembered a time before them. High Arbiter Velmoth sat at the head of the table. His body was made of living crystal, clear and sharp like broken glass. He was over 12,000 years old. His voice sounded like wind moving through caves when he spoke. "We are here to discuss the human problem," Velmoth said. His words echoed in the chamber. The other council members shifted in their seats. They came in many shapes. Some had wings. Some had many arms. Some glowed with inner light. But they all had one thing in common. They were old, very old, and they were used to being in control. Commander Thexira stood up. She was tall and covered in dark scales that reflected no light. Her species had conquered 20 star systems before joining the council. That was 5,000 years ago. "The humans are dangerous," Thexira said. "We have studied their planet. They have only just discovered how to travel between stars. But their history is written in blood. They fight each other constantly. They have built weapons that can destroy their own world. They poison their air and water. They are violent and reckless." Science prelate Onyxvar made a sound like grinding metal. He was a creature of pure energy held together by a metal shell. He had studied 10,000 different species in his lifetime. "I have reviewed all the data," Onyxvar said. "The humans are primitive. Their largest ship is barely 800 meters long. They use simple fusion engines. Their weapons are kinetic projectiles and basic energy weapons. They are children playing with fire." Ambassador Rilthanax raised one of his 6 arms. He was smaller than the others, with skin that changed colors when he spoke. He had spent 3 years watching Earth from a hidden observation post. "I must speak," Rilthanax said. His skin turned dark blue, which meant worry in his species. "The humans are unpredictable. Yes, they fight among themselves, but this has made them clever. They solve problems in strange ways, ways we have never seen. I think we should approach them carefully." Velmoth's crystal body flashed with cold light. "Carefully? They are one planet, one single world. We control 12,000 star systems. We have existed for 5 million years. What can they possibly do to us?" Thexira activated a hologram in the center of the table. Images of Earth appeared, showing cities burning, armies fighting, nuclear explosions lighting up the sky. "Look at their history," Thexira said. "They have had over 50 major wars in just the last century. They have built enough nuclear weapons to kill themselves 100 times over. They cannot be trusted. They will bring chaos to our peaceful galaxy." Onyxvar nodded his metal head. "The data supports this conclusion. Every simulation we run shows the same result. If we allow humans to join the galactic community, they will cause problems. They will refuse to follow our rules. They will start conflicts. Better to remove the threat now while they are weak." Rilthanax's skin turned bright red. "This is wrong. We should offer them a chance to learn our ways. Many species were warlike before they joined us. The humans deserve the same opportunity. No other species was this violent," Thexira said coldly, "and no other species developed this quickly. They went from simple flying machines to space travel in just 100 years. This is not normal. This is dangerous." Velmoth raised his hand for silence. The room became quiet. "We will vote," he said. "All in favor of removing the human threat?" 6 arms rose into the air. Only Rilthanax kept his arms down. "It is decided," Velmoth said. "Commander Thexira, you will lead the fleet." "How long will this take?" Thexira smiled, showing rows of sharp teeth. "Our computers have calculated everything. Once we break through their orbital defenses, human resistance will collapse. Total victory in 6 to 8 hours, maybe less." "How many ships do they have?" another council member asked. 23 warships, Thexira said. "We will send 47, more than double their number. Each of our ships is larger and more powerful than anything they possess. This will not be a battle. It will be an extermination." Onyxvar added more information. "We have studied their weapons carefully. Simple missiles, basic lasers, nothing that can penetrate our shields. Their tactics are primitive. They will try to defend their home world, which makes them predictable. We will destroy their ships, then their cities, then their military bases. Clean and efficient." Rilthanax stood up quickly. "Please reconsider. Something about this feels wrong. The humans are clever. What if they have hidden weapons? What if they surprise us?" Velmuth's laugh sounded like breaking ice. Surprise us? Ambassador, you have been watching them too long. You have begun to see threats where none exist. They are primitives. We are gods. There will be no surprises. When do we begin? Velmuth asked. The fleet is ready now, Thexira said. We can leave immediately. Then go, Velmuth commanded. Send the humans a message. Give them 8 hours to surrender. It will be amusing to watch them beg for mercy. When they refuse, as we know they will, destroy them all. Leave no trace of their civilization. The galaxy will be safer without them. Thexira bowed her head. It will be done, High Arbiter. I will send reports every hour. This will be over before your next sleep cycle. The council members began to leave. They talked among themselves about other matters. The human problem was already forgotten. It was such a small thing. Just one more primitive species that had to be removed for the good of the galaxy. Only Rilthanax remained in the chamber. He stared at the hologram of Earth still floating above the table. The blue planet looked so peaceful from space. So beautiful. He thought about the billions of humans living there. They had no idea what was coming for them. He had tried to warn the council, but they would not listen. They were too old, too powerful, too certain of their superiority. They had forgotten what it was like to face a real threat. Rilthanax hoped he was wrong. He hoped the humans would surrender peacefully. But something deep in his mind told him that this was a mistake. A terrible mistake. The council was about to learn a lesson they would never forget. Lieutenant Sujin Lee sat in the dark communications room deep inside the Earth Defense Command Center. The screens around her showed the emptiness of space. It was a quiet night shift. Nothing ever happened during the night shift. Then the alarm started screaming. Sujin's hands flew across her keyboard. The main screen exploded with red warnings. Her heart started beating faster. She had trained for this moment but never thought it would actually happen. This is Lieutenant Lee in communications, she said into her headset, trying to keep her voice steady. We have massive spatial distortions at the edge of the solar system. Something is coming through. Something big. Within seconds, Admiral Daehyun Kim burst into the room. He was a tall man with gray hair and sharp eyes that missed nothing. He had fought in the Mars colony wars 20 years ago. People said he was the best military mind Earth had ever produced. Show me, Daehyun commanded. Sujin pulled up the data on the main screen. 47 massive ships were appearing beyond Neptune's orbit. Each one was over 2 kilometers long. They were unlike anything in Earth's database. Aliens, Daehyun said quietly. We always knew this day would come. A transmission came through. The screen showed a tall creature covered in dark scales. It spoke in perfect English. Humans of Earth. I am Commander Thexira of the Galactic Council. Your species has been judged and found unworthy of joining civilized space. You are too violent, too dangerous, too unpredictable. We are giving you 8 hours to surrender unconditionally. If you refuse, we will destroy your civilization completely. You cannot win. We have studied your primitive technology. Accept your fate with dignity. The screen went black. A countdown timer appeared showing 8 hours. Sujin looked at the Admiral. What do we do, sir? Daehyun stared at the screen for a long moment. Then he smiled. It was not a happy smile. It was the smile of a man who had been waiting for a fight. We get ready for war, he said. Contact Captain Ji-Hai Park. Tell her to prep Wraithwing. Get Dr. Choi on the line. And wake up General Yoon. Tell everyone this is not a drill. Within minutes, the entire base was alive with activity. Soldiers ran to their positions. Alarms echoed through every corridor. The governments of Earth were being notified. But Daehyun did not wait for politicians to argue. He had authority to act in an emergency. This was definitely an emergency. Captain Ji-Hai Park arrived in the command center still wearing her flight suit. She was young, only 28 years old, but she was the best pilot Earth had. Her dark eyes were sharp and focused. You wanted to see me, Admiral? Ji-Hai asked. Daehyun pointed at the screen showing the alien fleet. 47 warships, each one bigger than anything we have. They want us to surrender in 8 hours. I need Wraithwing ready in 2 hours. Ji-Hai's face remained calm. The new fighters? The ones with the experimental drives? Yes, Dr. Choi says they are ready. Are your pilots ready? Ji-Hai nodded once. We have been training for 6 months, sir. We are ready. Dr. Woojin Choi entered the command center next. He was a thin man who always looked tired. He had not slept properly in weeks. Dark circles surrounded his eyes behind his glasses. but his mind was sharp. "You called for me, Admiral?" Wu Jin asked. "The Ellis Protocol," Dae-hyun said. "Is it ready?" Wu Jin pushed his glasses up his nose. "It has never been tested in real combat. The simulations look good, but will it work?" Dae-hyun interrupted. Wu Jin met the Admiral's eyes. "Yes, it will work. The quantum entanglement weapons are ready. The predictive AI is online. The displacement drives on the fighters are functional. We have spent 30 years preparing for this, Admiral. Everything we learned from fighting each other, we used to prepare for fighting them." General Taeyang Yoon arrived next, a big man with a rough voice. He commanded all of Earth's ground forces. "You need me to evacuate the cities?" he asked without greeting. "Yes," Dae-hyun said. "Major population centers. Underground shelters. Do it quietly." "No panic." "Understood," Taeyang said. "What about the orbital platforms?" "Get Engineer Song up here," Dae-hyun ordered. Hana Song arrived 10 minutes later. She was young, barely 25, but brilliant. She had designed Earth's shield generators and point defense systems. Her hands were always dirty with engine grease. "The planetary shields?" Dae-hyun asked her. "Fully operational," Hana said with confidence. "All 73 generators are online. The energy reflection system is ready. They are going to be very surprised when their weapons bounce back at them." Dae-hyun gathered everyone around the main tactical display. The alien fleet was moving slowly toward Earth, taking their time. They were not worried. They thought this would be easy. "Listen carefully," Dae-hyun said. "These aliens think we are primitives. They think our technology is basic. They think we will break in a few hours. They are about to learn they are wrong. For 30 years, we have been preparing for this moment. Every war we fought taught us something. Every weapon we built made us stronger. They see our small ships and think we are weak. They do not understand that we built for speed and precision, not size." Ji-hai spoke up. "What is the plan, sir?" Dae-hyun's eyes were cold and hard. "We let them come to us. We let them think they are winning. Then we show them what humanity really is." "Dr. Choi, how long until your systems are fully online?" 2 hours, Wu Jin said. "Captain Park, how long for Wraithwing?" 2 hours, Ji-hai confirmed. "Good," Dae-hyun said. "We have 8 hours before their deadline. We will use that time wisely. Get to work. All of you. The fate of humanity depends on what we do in the next few hours." As everyone left to prepare, Soo-jin remained at her station. She watched the alien fleet on her screen. They were moving so slowly, so confidently. They had no idea what was waiting for them. Dae-hyun stood alone in the command center, staring at the countdown timer. 8 hours until the deadline. But he was not planning to wait 8 hours. He was planning something much different. Something the aliens would never expect. They wanted a surrender. They were going to get a war. 4 hours had passed since the alien ultimatum. The countdown timer showed 4 hours remaining. The alien fleet had crossed Jupiter's orbit and was approaching Earth at a steady pace. They were taking their time, enjoying their power. On the Council flagship, Commander Thexira watched her displays with satisfaction. The humans had moved their pathetic fleet into defensive positions around Earth and Mars. 23 small warships trying to protect an entire world. It was almost sad. "Status report," Thexira ordered. Her tactical officer responded immediately. "All ships in formation. Weapons charged. Shields at maximum. The humans have not responded to our ultimatum. They are attempting to fortify their positions." Thexira laughed. "Fortify? Against what? Their weapons cannot even scratch our shields. Continue broadcasting. Show them the destruction of asteroids. Let them see what is coming for them." The alien fleet began a demonstration. Massive plasma cannons fired at nearby asteroids, vaporizing rocks the size of mountains in seconds. The display was meant to terrify, to break human spirit before the battle even began. In Earth's command center, Admiral Dae-hyun watched the demonstration without emotion. Around him, his staff worked frantically at their stations. Every system was being checked and rechecked. This would only work if everything was perfect. Dr. Woo Jin Choi approached the Admiral carrying a tablet. "The Ellis Protocol is fully operational," he said. "All systems are green. The quantum weapons are synchronized. The predictive AI is running at peak efficiency. We are tracking every alien ship with 99.7% accuracy." "And the fighters?" Dae-hyun asked. "Captain Park reports Wraithwing is ready for deployment. All 12 fighters are armed and fueled. The displacement drives have been tested successfully. They work even better than we hoped." Dae-hyun nodded slowly. "Engineer Song?" Hanasong looked up from her console. Planetary shields are at full power, sir. All 73 generators are synchronized. The reflection system is calibrated. When they fire at us, their energy will bounce right back. It is going to be beautiful. Sujin spoke from her communication station. Sir, the aliens are broadcasting again. They are showing us their weapons destroying more asteroids. I think they want us to be scared. Good, Daehyun said. Let them think it is working. How long until they reach Mars orbit? 45 minutes, Sujin reported. Daehyun activated the fleet-wide channel. All ships, this is Admiral Kim. Hold your positions. Do not fire until I give the order. I repeat, do not fire first. Let them think we are afraid. Let them come closer. In her fighter, Captain Ji-Hai Park ran through her final checks. Her hands moved across the controls automatically. She had trained in this cockpit for 6 months, preparing for a moment that might never come. Now it was here. The displacement drive indicator glowed green. This was technology that should not exist. Quantum mechanics pushed to the absolute limit. The fighter could exist in multiple locations at once, phasing in and out of normal space. Enemy targeting computers would go crazy trying to lock on. Wraith Wing, sound off, Ji-Hai said into her comm. 11 voices responded, each pilot confirming they were ready. These were the best pilots Earth had. Each one had flown over 1,000 hours in combat simulations. They knew their machines perfectly. Remember your training, Ji-Hai told them. Stay unpredictable. Use your displacement drives. Hit them fast and get out. These quantum torpedoes will go right through their shields. Aim for their weapon systems first, then their engines. We are faster than them. We are smaller than them. We use that. On the Council flagship, Science Prelate Onyxvar reviewed the latest scans of Earth's defenses. Something bothered him, but he could not identify what. Commander, Onyxvar said, the human ships are maintaining a defensive formation. They are not attacking. They are not retreating. They are just waiting. Texira dismissed his concern with a wave. They are paralyzed with fear. This is normal behavior for an inferior species facing superior force. They know they cannot win, so they do nothing. Perhaps, Onyxvar said, but I am detecting unusual energy readings from the planet's surface. Multiple power sources, much stronger than we expected for their technology level. Probably their cities, Texira said, or their primitive defense systems. Nothing that concerns us. We have faced energy weapons before. The alien fleet entered Mars orbit. Red dust from the planet's surface glowed in the light of the sun. The human colony on Mars had been evacuated. Only automated defenses remained, and those would be swept away easily. 1 hour until deadline, Texira announced. All ships charge weapons. Prepare for combat. When the deadline expires, we attack immediately. First, destroy their orbital stations. Then their ships. Then the planet's surface. Leave nothing. In Earth's command center, the tension was thick enough to cut. Every person in the room knew that the next hour would decide humanity's fate. They would either win or they would die. There was no middle ground. Daehyun stood at the main tactical display, watching the alien fleet get closer. He had fought in many battles. He had seen friends die. He had given orders that sent people to their deaths. But this was different. This was everything. Every human alive was counting on him. Sir, General Taeyang said quietly, the evacuation is complete. All major cities are secure. If we fail, at least some people will survive. We are not going to fail, Daehyun said. Woo Jin adjusted his glasses nervously. Admiral, the predictive AI is showing something interesting. The alien ships are maintaining perfect formation. They are not varying their approach at all. They are following standard tactical doctrine exactly. Which means, Daehyun asked, which means they have done this many times before. They are confident because they have always won. But that makes them predictable. Our AI can calculate their movements with near-perfect accuracy. We will know where they are going before they get there. Daehyun smiled for the first time in hours. Arrogance. That is their weakness. They think this will be easy, so they are not trying hard. They are not being creative. They are just following their playbook. Exactly, Woo Jin said. And we are about to throw away the playbook. The countdown timer showed 30 minutes remaining. The alien fleet was now visible from Earth with telescopes. 47 massive warships dark against the stars. They looked unstoppable. They looked like the end of the world. All personnel, this is Admiral Kim, Daehyun said over the fleet-wide channel. In 30 minutes, they are going to attack. They think we are going to die. They think this is already over. They are wrong. We are humanity. We have survived ice ages and plagues and wars and disasters. We have climbed out of caves and reached for the stars. We do not surrender. We do not give up. And today, we are going to show these aliens why they should have left us alone. He paused, looking around the command center at the faces of his crew. They were scared, but they were ready. All stations, battle stations. This is it. Show them what humans can do. The countdown reached 0. For a moment, space was completely silent. Then the alien fleet opened fire. 47 ships unleashed their weapons at once. Plasma cannons that could melt continents fired at Earth. The energy beams were bright enough to blind. They crossed the distance in seconds, striking the planet's atmosphere. Engineer Hana Song pressed a single button. 73 shield generators around the planet activated simultaneously. The alien weapons hit the shields and something impossible happened. The energy did not dissipate. It did not break through. Instead, the shields absorbed every bit of power and redirected it back at the alien fleet. Commander Thexira watched in horror as her own weapons bounced back toward her ships. Impossible. Shields cannot do that. But they did. The reflected energy struck 3 alien ships, overloading their shields instantly. Explosions rippled across their hulls. All ships fire again. Thexira ordered. Maximum power. The alien fleet fired a second volley. Again, the shields absorbed and reflected the energy. 2 more alien ships were disabled. In Earth's command center, Admiral Dae-hyun spoke one word. Now. Captain Ji-hai Park activated her displacement drive and Wraithwing vanished from normal space. To the alien sensors, the 12 fighters simply disappeared. Then they reappeared inside the alien formation. Ji-hai's targeting computer locked onto the nearest alien battleship. She fired 2 quantum torpedoes. The weapons phased through the alien shields like they were not there, and struck the ship's weapon arrays. Massive explosions tore through the alien vessel. Wraith 2, target confirmed, her wingman reported. Firing. All 12 fighters of Wraithwing opened fire at once. Quantum torpedoes, small and fast, penetrated alien shields and destroyed weapon systems. The aliens tried to track the human fighters, but it was impossible. The displacement drives made the fighters appear in multiple places at once. The alien targeting computers could not lock on. Wraithwing, break and reform, Ji-hai commanded. The fighters scattered, each one moving in unpredictable patterns. Then they struck again from different angles. More alien ships took damage. Thexira was shouting orders now, her calm completely gone. Where are they? Why cannot we target them? Science Prelate Onyxvar stared at his instruments in disbelief. They are using quantum displacement. The fighters exist in multiple quantum states at once. Our computers see them everywhere and nowhere. It is theoretically impossible. Then how are they doing it? Thexira screamed. Earth's warships moved forward now, adding their firepower to the chaos. They were smaller than the alien vessels, but Dr. Wu Jin's predictive AI gave them an incredible advantage. The AI calculated where each alien ship would move before the aliens made the decision. Human weapons fired at empty space, but when the aliens moved into those positions, the weapons were waiting. Every shot hit. Every torpedo found its target. The aliens had never faced an enemy that could predict their movements. They tried to change tactics, but the AI adapted faster than they could think. Retreat, Thexira finally ordered. All ships fall back to Mars orbit. Regroup and Dr. Wu Jin pressed a button in the command center. Ellis Protocol final phase, he said quietly. Throughout the battle zone, quantum mines materialized. They appeared inside the alien shield perimeters, using the same displacement technology as the fighters. The aliens had no defense against weapons that could phase through their shields. The mines detonated. 12 alien ships exploded simultaneously. The blast created chain reactions, damaging nearby vessels. The perfect alien formation broke apart into chaos. Ships collided with each other trying to escape. Some tried to activate their faster-than-light drives to flee, but the quantum mines had damaged their engines. Ji-hai checked her combat timer. 2 minutes and 15 seconds since the battle started. 31 alien ships destroyed or disabled. The rest were trying to run. Wraithwing, pursue. Dae-hyun ordered over the comm. Do not let them escape. No survivors. No witnesses until we are ready. Ji-hai felt no joy in the killing, but she understood the order. If even one alien ship escaped, they would report what happened here. Earth needed time to prepare for what came next. You heard the Admiral, Jihai said to her squadron. Hunt them down! The fighters accelerated, their displacement drives making them faster than anything the aliens had. They caught the fleeing ships one by one. Quantum torpedoes struck engines and life support. The alien vessels went dark and silent. Commander Thexira's flagship was badly damaged. Half her crew was dead. Her weapons were offline. She watched the human fighters approaching on her cracked display screen. How? She whispered. How did they do this? Science prelate Onyxavar, bleeding from multiple wounds, managed to speak. We underestimated them. We thought their constant warfare made them primitive. We were wrong. Their warfare made them innovative. They weaponized concepts we never considered. They turned their weakness into strength. We are the primitives, Commander. We have been fighting the same way for 5 million years. They have been inventing new ways to kill for their entire existence. This is what happens when you attack a species that refuses to quit learning. Jihai's fighter appeared directly in front of the flagship, her weapons locked on. For a moment, she and Thexira looked at each other across the void of space. The alien commander saw no mercy in the human pilot's eyes, only determination. Jihai fired. The flagship's reactor went critical. A brief flash of light, then nothing. 4 alien ships managed to reach Neptune, attempting to activate their faster-than-light drives. Jihai and her squadron were waiting. They had calculated the escape vectors hours ago. The aliens flew directly into a trap. The last alien ship died in the cold darkness beyond Neptune. 4 minutes and 37 seconds had passed since the battle began. 47 alien warships destroyed. 0 human casualties. In the command center, silence fell. No one cheered. No one celebrated. They had just killed thousands of aliens. Even if it was necessary, even if it was self-defense, it was still a sobering thing. Admiral Dae-hyun stood alone at the tactical display, watching the debris field where the alien fleet had been. He had won. Humanity had survived, but this was just the beginning. Sir, Sujin said quietly, we are receiving transmissions from the Alien Council. Multiple frequencies. They are demanding to know what happened. Dae-hyun nodded slowly. Let them wonder. For now, recall all ships. Secure the debris. Collect the alien technology. We have a lot to learn from their ships, and prepare a message. We are going to tell the galaxy something they have never heard before. What message, sir? Sujin asked. Dae-hyun's expression was hard as steel. That humanity is not prey. We are predators, and anyone who attacks us will learn that the hard way. The Galactic Council chamber was in chaos. The meeting had been called emergency only, something that had not happened in over 3,000 years. High Arbiter Velmoth's crystal body flickered with confused colors as he tried to understand the reports coming in. Say that again, Velmoth commanded. The communications officer, a small creature with too many eyes, trembled as he spoke. The fleet is gone, High Arbiter. All 47 ships destroyed. We lost contact exactly 4 minutes and 37 seconds after they engaged the humans. Ambassador Rilthanax's skin had turned completely white, which meant shock in his species. 4 minutes? That is impossible. The projections said 6 to 8 hours. The projections were wrong, Velmoth said, his voice like grinding ice. Somehow the humans destroyed our entire fleet in minutes. How? They are primitives. A new voice spoke from the entrance to the chamber. No, we are not primitives. We are survivors, everyone turned. A hologram had appeared in the chamber. It showed a tall human male in military uniform. His gray hair and sharp eyes gave him an air of authority. This was Admiral Dae-hyun Kim. How did you breach our secure communications? Velmoth demanded. The same way we defeated your fleet, Dae-hyun said calmly. With technology you did not think was possible. We intercepted your quantum communications 3 hours ago. We have been listening to your panic. Now you will listen to us. Another hologram appeared next to Dae-hyun. It was Dr. Woo-jin Choi, still wearing his laboratory coat. Let me explain what happened, Woo-jin said. You assumed we were primitive because we are young. You looked at our fusion drives and kinetic weapons and thought you understood our capabilities. You are wrong. While you spent 5 million years maintaining the same technology, we spent the last century inventing new ways to survive. Every war we fought taught us something. Every defeat made us stronger. A third hologram joined them. Captain Jihai Park, still in her flight suit. You sent 47 ships against 23. You thought numbers and size mattered, but we did not build for size. We built for speed, precision, and innovation. Our displacement drives allow us to exist in quantum superposition. Your targeting systems could not lock onto us because we were everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Velmoth's body flashed red with anger. You dare to lecture us? You destroyed an entire fleet. That is an act of war. No, Daehyun said, his voice cold. You committed an act of war when you decided to exterminate us without provocation. We acted in self-defense. There is a difference. Woo Jin adjusted his glasses. We are transmitting technical data now. Look at your screens. These are the specifications for our quantum entanglement weapons, our predictive combat AI, our energy reflection shields, and our displacement drives. Study them carefully. You will notice that these technologies are completely unknown to your civilization. That is because you stopped innovating millennia ago. You became comfortable, safe, stagnant. The council members looked at their displays. The data was overwhelming. Technologies that should not exist. Concepts that broke their understanding of physics. One council member spoke up, his voice shaking. This quantum displacement, it should require energy levels that would destroy your ships. How do you power it? 0-point energy extraction, Woo Jin said. We tap into the quantum vacuum. Your scientists probably dismissed it as impossible. We made it work because we had to. That is what you do not understand about humanity. We do not accept impossible. We find a way. Ambassador Ril Thanak stepped forward. His skin had turned a deep blue. I tried to warn the council. I told them humans were unpredictable. But my voice was ignored. You were the only one who showed wisdom, Daehyun said, nodding to Ril Thanax. The rest of you saw our wars and called us violent. You saw our rapid development and called us dangerous. You never asked why we fight. We fight because we have to. Because our planet is harsh. Because our history is hard. Fighting is how we learn to solve problems. Violence is how we learn to innovate. Your peace lasted so long that you forgot how to adapt. Jihai spoke again. We did not want this war. We would have joined your council peacefully. We would have shared our knowledge. We would have been your allies. But you chose to attack us. You chose to judge us without understanding us. Now you have learned a hard lesson. Velmoth's body pulsed with different colors. Anger, fear, confusion. Finally he spoke. What do you want? Revenge to conquer us? No, Daehyun said. We want peace. But peace as equals, not as subjects. Earth will not bow to your council. We will not follow your laws. We will govern ourselves. In return, we offer a treaty. Non-aggression, trade, cultural exchange. We can learn from each other. But only if you accept us as we are. One of the council members, a massive creature with 4 arms, stood up. And if we refuse? If we send 1,000 ships next time? Woo Jin smiled. It was not a nice smile. Then you will lose 1,000 ships. Do you think we stopped preparing after your fleet arrived? In the past 6 hours, we have activated 300 automated defense platforms around our solar system. Each one carries quantum weapons. Each one is controlled by our predictive AI. Each one can target and destroy multiple ships simultaneously. We also developed faster-than-light communication. We can coordinate our defenses across light years instantly. Your fleet would not even reach Earth, Jihi added more. And we are not standing still. Every day we improve. Every day we invent. Every day we get stronger. If you attack us again in a year, we will be twice as dangerous. In 10 years, we will be unstoppable. This is your only chance for peace. Take it or face a war you cannot win. The council chamber fell silent. Every member understood the situation now. Humanity was not weak. They were not victims. They were predators who had been sleeping. The council had woken them up. Rilthanak spoke carefully. Admiral Kim, on behalf of those in the council who opposed this action, I apologize. You are right. We judged you without understanding you. Some of us would welcome peace, Gabi, but not all of us, the large 4-armed council member said. You destroyed our fleet. You threatened us in our own chamber. Why should we trust you? Daehyun's expression softened slightly. Because despite everything, we still want peace. We did not broadcast your defeat across the galaxy. We did not mock you. We did not attack your homeworlds even though we could have tracked your fleet back to its origin. We simply defended ourselves and now we are offering you a choice. Peace or war. Choose wisely. Velmoth looked around at the other council members. He saw fear in their eyes. Fear of these humans who appeared from nowhere and destroyed an entire fleet in minutes. Fear of a species that innovated faster than anyone thought possible. The council will deliberate, Velmoth said finally. We will send our answer within one solar rotation. But know this, humans. The galaxy will hear of what happened here. Other species will learn of your power. You have made yourselves a target. Good, Jihai said. Let them know. Let every species in the galaxy understand that Earth is not to be threatened. We are not conquerors, but we are also not victims. We are humanity. We survived our own world. We will survive the galaxy too. The holograms faded. The council chamber remained silent for a long time. Finally, Rilthanak spoke. They are right, you know. About everything. We did become stagnant. We did stop innovating. We have ruled the galaxy for so long that we forgot others could challenge us. These humans are young and violent and unpredictable, but they are also brilliant and determined and unbreakable. If we fight them, we will lose. But if we accept them, if we learn from them, the galaxy could enter a new age. Velmoth's crystal body dimmed. Perhaps. Or perhaps we have just unleashed something we cannot control. Time will tell. For now, we must decide. Do we accept peace with these dangerous humans, or do we continue a war that might destroy us all? The vote would come soon, but everyone in the chamber already knew the answer. The humans had won. Not just the battle, but the war that never fully began. The galaxy would never be the same again.